The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
How's it going? Just wanted to take a few minutes to introduce people to the QT2 Systems Outrival Racing Virtual Race Series. We're going to hold 4 events, May 10th, May 17th, June 6th, and June 20th. During this time of the coronavirus, with all the races getting canceled or postponed all around the world, we decided we need to be a little creative with things. So this is our response to that in the short term. So we are going to hold 4 events. As I said, 2 of the events, the May 10th and 6th and June 6th versions, events 1 and 3, are going to be a typical duathlon-like event. Run a short distance, bike time trial distance, and then a transition run off of that, measured for time. And then our events 2 and 4, May 17th and June 20th, are going to be 2 events where we see, which will be measured not necessarily by time, but how far one can go in a set period of time. So how far can you run in 15 minutes, how far can you bike in 50 minutes, and then how far can you run in 30 minutes. So we'll be scoring those by distance covered rather than by time. So those are our 4 events. So to the first 2 events, May 10th and 17th, are on Sundays, and then June 6th and June 20th events are on Saturdays. So how does it work? How it works. So event number 1, this is going to be our 2-mile run, our 19-mile bike, our 4.2-mile run. So we are going to have obviously a run 1, a bike, and a run 2. Run 1 is going to be 2 miles long. It is going to start no sooner than 8 a.m. Eastern. Okay. That's the rule. It just has it can't start before 8, but it has to be finished before 9:15. So you can do anything you want. You can start at 8 a.m., get your 2 miles done, and then spend the time between finishing that and starting the bike at 9:15, however you want. You can do it indoors or outdoors, totally up to you. The bike is going to occur through a Zwift meetup. It starts promptly at 9:15. The first run has to have been done before then. And then you're going to bike 19 miles, and then we are going to transition directly into a 4.2 mile run to the finish. Okay, so that's how it works. So run number 1 starts no sooner than 8 a.m. Eastern. You run 2 miles, and then you, indoors or outdoors, you save it to Strava or Garmin Connect. The bike. So the bike is a little more involved, not much. First thing you need to make note of is you will be invited to a Zwift meetup ride. And on the companion app, the Zwift companion app, you'll have to accept that you are going to that ride. And then when you get onto Zwift and are getting ready to ride, you're probably warming up in the minutes before the 9:15 start. You'll have to accept. Oh, you won't have to. You won't have to accept, but you'll be able to accept going in to the meetup, or it will bring you there automatically. But that's what this will look like. So this is gonna bring the person there automatically in about 20 seconds, or you could just have clicked it and just gone there automatically. Okay, and that usually happens about 5 minutes before the actual start of the meetup. Okay, so those 2 things have to happen before the bike starts. You have to have accepted the meetup and then log in before 9:15 so that you'll be brought to the meetup. Then we ride, 19 miles. We finish. We upload our file to Strava or Garmin Connect. And this is not the place for it. I can do a different thing on this specifically, but it is very simple to link your Zwift and Strava accounts such that when you finish a ride on Zwift, you save the ride on Zwift and it automatically just goes to Strava, and there's nothing else to be done. So that's a very easy thing to do. That's what I would recommend. So then off of the bike, when you finish the bike, you're going to start out to run number 2. That needs to happen. That transition time needs to be less than 10 minutes long. Okay, the goal is to not have people running on rested legs. We want to be running on as tired legs as possible from the bike time trial. So to that end, we are limiting that to less than 10 minutes. And we are going to be policing that through spot audits. We're probably not going to be able to check everybody. But through the spot audits, we know that the bike will have started at 9:15. We will add to that your bike split. We will add to that 10 minutes. and that needs to be less, excuse me, that needs to be less than the Strava or Garmin Connect timestamp for the start of run 2. Okay, but you don't need to worry about this. Just know that we're going to be doing some spot audits, so get out the door as quickly as possible. Run number 2 is right off the bike, can be done indoors or outdoors. This is the longer run, 4.2 miles. You run to the finish, and then you need to save it to Strava or Garmin Connect. So that is how the event works. After the event, so once you are you've completed run 1, bike, and run 2, you're going to have been given a form to fill out. This is your results form. This is our no chip, no time policy. Okay. All you do is fill out this form. You give an email address, your name, your run split, okay, in hours, minutes, second format, very important. So 0 hours, 15 minutes, 23 seconds. Your bike split in the same format, 1 hour, 2 minutes, 38 seconds. You answer a yes or no question. Was your transition time less than 10 minutes? Yes. Your run split, 0 hours, 32 minutes, 19 seconds. And then you provide the 3 links from Strava or Garmin Connect as your proof that you did these. Okay. And these are very easy to obtain. This can all be done from your phone. Then you click submit, and that's that. And then we will compile the results and figure it out from there. So requirements to be able to do the races in the series. You do not have to do all the races. You can do 1, 2, 3, or 4. But the requirements to be able to do them is you need a GPS device that is uploadable to Strava and or Garmin Connect. And both those Strava and or Garmin Connect need to be marked as public. Okay, so that we need to be able to click on the link that you provide and see the file as proof that, that's your proof. You need a Zwift account. And in that Zwift account, you need to have your time trial bike enabled. So that means that your character in the Zwift game, remember Zwift is a video game, so your little character in that game needs to be on a time trial bike. Okay, it does not matter what the actual you is on. Okay, the actual you can be on a BMX bike that's on a trainer. Doesn't matter. Okay, what matters is that in the game, your little avatar is on a time trial bike, and what that does is it makes it so you cannot be drafted off of, nor can you draft. Okay, so time trial bikes will not draft. So we don't even have to worry about that. So we don't have to hire officials. You will need the Zwift companion app on your phone or other mobile device, and that will make it so I can invite you into the Zwift meetup and that you can accept the Zwift meetup. You can accept that going, like we had talked about before. You will have to accept the Zwift meetup in order to be able to enter into the meetup. Okay. And then lastly, you need a smart trainer. That definitely works. Connects automatically with Zwift. Or you need a dumb trainer with a bike-based power meter. Either of those will work. Okay, a smart trainer or a combination of a dumb trainer with a bike-based power meter. In that case, that means a Cyclops fluid trainer plus a Stages power meter. That kind of thing. Or a Kurt Kinetic fluid trainer with a Quark power meter. Okay, that is those are some examples of how to set up. Okay, if you have a Wahoo kicker, all right, that is the smart trainer. That will just connect to Zwift, no problem. Okay, so those are the requirements to take part in the races. So how do you register? You go to the QT2 website, www.qt2systems.com, right where that big top red arrow is right there, the QT2 Outrival Virtual Racers, click on that. And then down to the left over here, we have the other arrow says that is the event. That's where all the events are going to be as they come. So you click on that and you scroll down and there is a form to fill out, a quick registration form. You can be registered in a matter of about 45 seconds. Registration is free for all QT2 and all LLC athletes. So QT2 Systems, Outrival Racing, the Run Formula, Cycling Formula, Cycle Light Studio, and the Core Diet. Okay, so anyone who is affiliated with any of those brands can race for free. Okay, so that is how the races work, and it's an overview. I'll get into more detail later on at a different time. If you don't care how the series works, the virtual race series, you can tune out. Okay, but if you're interested in how the race series will work, just pay attention for just a few more minutes. So the race series is really kind of keeping score over the course of the 4 events. So we want to reward those who perform, who take part in all of the events. So to that end, we are going to each event is going to get a pool of athletes. Obviously, we are going to the race committee is going to get together and try to divide that pool of athletes into a set of squads. The number of squads dependent upon how big the pool is. We will try to create as even a squads as we possibly can. And so that's going to be the case with that. So now then we will do the race, and the squads will basically be teams, and we'll have a team scoring that is based upon a cross country scoring format. Which if anyone who ever ran high school cross country would understand. It's kind of like golf in that the low score wins. So as we go through that, each squad will have a place. If we have a 4-squad race, we'll have first place, second place, third place, fourth place for the squads, and the squad who wins that event gets 5 points. The squad will get second is 3 points, 2 points for third place, and 1 point for fourth place. That's for the squad. Okay. The thing is, the entire squad receives the squad's points. So if you're on the winning squad, you will receive 5 points, and you will take those points with you throughout the entirety of the series. Okay. It's very likely that because each event will probably have different sets of athletes who are doing it, so we'll probably have different squads for each event. So, but you will bring your 5 or 3 or 2, however many points you earn from each event with you, okay? And I'll have an example in a bit. Following the June 20th event, the athletes with the greatest number of series points will be the winners and eligible for prizes, which we are still in the process of determining. We will also hold a raffle for which each athlete will receive 1 raffle ticket per event in which they compete. Athletes who complete all 4 events I'm sorry, not compete, but complete. You must complete the event in order to have a raffle ticket. But athletes who complete all 4 events will receive 4 bonus raffle tickets. So if you complete 1 event, you get 1 ticket. You complete 2 events, 2, 3 events, 3, 4 events, 8. Okay, and that's how the raffle will work. And an example event, we have a registered pool. This particular pool has 26 different athletes in it. We take those 26 athletes and we divide them into, in this case, 4 squads. So we create those 4 squads, and because of the size of the squads, we determine that we are going to, and this is part of the cross-country style of scoring. You don't need to worry about this. We'll take care of that. But in this particular case, the top 4 from each squad, the top 4 people in the race will, quote-unquote, score, with the 5th the 5th finisher in the squad being able to displace athletes from other squads. So we have 4 different squads. We run the race, and this is your typical race standing. So Larry won the race. He represented squad B. Ollie P came in 4th. He represented squad D. So, we have a winner, and we have last place and everything in between. And the top 4 performers in each squad were the scored points for the squad. And so then what we do is just compile those points. So we find, okay, all of squad B's points. Squad B came in 1st, 7th, 12th, and 13th. Okay. Those were their top 4 performers. That scored them 33 points. We just add up these numbers: 1, 8, 20, 33. Squad C also scored 33 points, but through coming in 2nd, 8th, 9th, and 14th. So they tied, except that Squad C's 5th performer, their displacer, right here, Julia K, outperformed Squad B's 5th placer, who was Dave E. Okay, so therefore that was our tiebreaker. And that's why Squad C wins the race, and everyone on Squad C gets 5 points. Everybody on Squad B gets 3 points. Squad D 2 points, and Squad A 1 point. So then after that, this is how the series points breaks down. So everyone on squad, of the winning squad, I can't remember who won. The winning squad got their 5 points. They will bring those 5 points with them to any other series events that they may do. The second place squad got 3 points. Okay, they will too bring their points, and so on and so on. That is how the series points work. So that is our QT2 Outrival virtual race series. If you have any questions, please let myself, Tim at QT2systems.com, or Jackie Miller, Jackie at QT2systems.com know, and we'll be happy to help you out. Thank you.